for me, like the difference between companies that have successful product management and companies that don't is this notion of a product-led organization. And what does that mean? It means that the development of products for customer value, to provide customer and business value, right? Like that little crux there, that leads the organization on where it's going towards its vision. Too often, especially in B2B companies, we have sales-led organizations, which means we go out first, we sell everything. We're like, yep, we'll promise you that. And then product is just basically rushing in order to like fulfill those requirements and contractual obligations. And they're not focusing on what could we be, or does this go with our strategy, and how do we turn into the vision? So a product-led company culture is more about, we have a good strategy, we have a good vision of where we want to go, and we develop that with our product management. Like we develop those products and then we sell it, right? And then we figure out how to sell it. And we're always looking for partners, and we're always looking for leads to prove it with teams along the way, and sales helps a lot with that. But we're not just promising features to make the sale. We're building features because it strategically helps us move our company. And to me, that creates a whole new way that you talk about why you do the things in your company. It's no longer driven by sales goals. It's driven by customer value, like in strategy, right? Like, how do we reach that vision? How much value are we providing? Are we hitting our goals? So I describe it like product-led in that way. And I think the culture that you need inside is something that's really focused on the outcomes that you produce at every level. It's about understanding what are the big things you need to tackle, having that focus around them from a goal perspective at the top, and then letting everybody at the bottom, kind of on the ground floor closest to the customers, dictate what we do to get there, right? I don't think somebody who's in a C-suite who doesn't really talk to customers every day can determine the best feature that we should be building. It's the teams that are out there talking to customers every single day, watching what they're doing, seeing that behavior, getting that data, that are going to be best suited to figure out what the solution is. So we have to flip it, and we have to have those teams figuring out what to build, and the guidance on the top really looking at the market and the strategy, and where do we want to fight, and where do we want to play, where do we not want to play, coming from the people at the top. So to me, that type of culture thrives. And that's kind of like setting it up from structure-wise, but you do notice too traits of what's acceptable in a company and what's not. I see a lot of companies driven by fear of failing, fear of not hitting those goals, right? Fear of doing something wrong and getting fired. And it's usually these antagonistic places where managers will like yell at their people if they took one step out. And that doesn't promote a good product management culture either, because then everybody's afraid to try something different, right? Everybody's afraid to improve on their process and try to make it better for them, because it's like, no, I have to do this. So it's such an authoritative environment that nobody has room to be creative. Nobody gets a chance to think. Nobody gets a chance to try something, fail, and learn. So that's the biggest thing I think an organization can do, is promote a learning environment. And in order to do that, you need a safe space for people to try something new. Not everybody will succeed with what they try, but if they learn from it and it helps move you forward and it gives you more information than you had before, that should be rewarded. That should be thought of successfully. We also need a place where we can organize into teams and we can focus on teams. I see a lot of people concentrate more on their roles. I'm a product manager, I'm a UX designer, I'm a developer. I do this, I do that, but I'm not willing to participate in your world, or you're not allowed to participate in my world. I see people get territorial over that. If it's got to be, the responsibility for success has to rely on the entire team. You can't get anything done with one person. So if we change the way that we talk about success and the way we talk about people succeeding as a team effort rather than an individual effort of I did well today, it's we did well today, I think that promotes another culture of moving things along, getting people to see where success really lies.